You're just typing away there. How are you doing, everyone? Welcome back.
Happy Friday.
Were we just here yesterday?
Yes. Feels like Groundhog Day.
We're doing it again.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Pardon moi. I feel like we're a little disheveled because we had a run in the rain and it's cold.
Why is it raining? That's what I want to know. Why is it raining?
I don't know.
Maybe we're getting another cold front. It's possible.
Free Speech Friday, Low Tech Greg. How are you?
Free Speech Friday. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Today's going to be, obviously, a couple of things we'll talk about.
I'm kind of
we'll talk about anything. Are you tired?
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Are you guys tired? Plus, he made me come in yesterday.
Yeah.
And that was fun, but
yeah,
I'm
no, it was
tired.
fun. It was fun. We got to see the ship blow up, which was nice. It's always eventful.
It's
right?
nice. I didn't want to see it blowed up, but
Yeah.
you know.
You didn't want to see it blowed up?
No.
Oh, man. Yeah, so it is Free Speech Friday, the JC Live Show. We're going to be hanging out for what?
No, never mind. Go ahead. I'll say it after.
Okay. We're going to be hanging out for a little bit. We will try to make it shorter
tonight.
But we always say that. But we're going to definitely, we will try.
Just because we were on last night.
Because we were on last night.
You can blame it on me. I'm tired.
I want to talk a little bit. So what ended up happening was...
Can I say hi to people?
No, in just a second. 1 second.
Going backwards.
I want to show you some video. It was in the video that I did today. And a friend of the show last night, right after the explosion, sent me over a footage, a minute-long clip that was shot with an iPhone in the Turks and Caicos Island, which is basically just off of Bermuda, right? Bahamas, excuse me. And you could see the thing blowing up and the trail of, I guess, metal burning up in the sky. So, and this was just overhead. They were on the yacht, and they were parked in the marina, and this is what they saw. And I can't even imagine. Because you know this stuff is going to land in the ocean. Mm-hmm. Just, obviously.
It's kind of scary, no?
Yeah. Because, when you see something that high and it's directly overhead and it's heading in this direction, well, it's not going to hit you. It's going to end up, 80 miles, 100 miles up the road. But if it blew up 80 miles that way, well, then you might be getting hit with some debris. So... But yeah, there was like so many articles I was reading today.
It looked like 4th of July.
It did.
From the footage.
But I'm gonna run some of that footage tonight, and maybe I'll put up and do like a recap of what went on from yesterday, and why we kind of think what we think as far as what ended up going wrong. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. It was definitely good, and they did catch the Super Heavy.
They did.
Again,
The Chopsticks did it.
The Chopsticks, Mechazilla did its thing.
I like how people talk, people try to always like downgrade something that to me is like so amazing. Like if it's so easily done like that in itself, yes, it blew up, it blowed up. But
blowed up.
I mean, like what? Like what are people doing at home? Because they're not doing that.
No, it's true. And a bunch of articles I was reading, and I couldn't report on it because there was a bunch of people saying that yes, that it was a failure or whatever. But even worse, they were like some saying that the FAA called for airlines to like evacuate the area and all that. It's such bullshit because that was done a month ago, right? Mm-hmm. That area was already quarantined off as like a no-fly zone because this ship was going to go up. And it was actually quarantined off the day before when it was supposed to. So it's just a bunch of nonsense, sensationalized nonsense. But, the credibility of today's news is basically in the shitter, right? I mean, people don't listen to it anymore. I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to get a lot of AI here on YouTube, and a lot of these faceless videos will be also a bunch of junk that is just nonsense. And what will eventually happen, I think, is people will be getting their news from the channels and the podcasts that they trust. I think that's what's going to end up happening. Because you just can't, everything is AI now. You can't trust the news. You couldn't trust for years and years and years. I mean, they've always been a bunch of nonsense. So, yeah. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. Let's say hello to everyone.
I'm kind of been saying hello
Good
a
job.
little bit through the chat.
Better than me.
Hello, Carl Peterson. First time here. Welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Korea Tech. Hi from Oz.
From Oz.
Jared White. Patio Nelson. Aloha. The Big Island here. Fabulous. I'm going to say hello to Chip Williams. Low Tech Greg. What's up? Hey,
doing, Low
Honey
Tech?
Badgers. How are
Honey
you?
Badger.
Ken Harris. Fragile. Good evening. Radioactive Texan. Chuck McMillan, Ricky Joe is here again. A lot of you are here again from last night.
Yeah.
Tom is here from PA. What's up? Martin Mac, 33. WFP. Sadly, Instagram has been wrecked by AI as well.
Absolutely.
Eric McMahon, Renee is here.
How you doing, Renee?
Rod, another Aussie. I love it. And Jeremy Byers. Howdy, howdy.
A lot of people. Once again, if you guys have any kind of questions or whatever, put a Q before your question.
Alp Cala. I don't even want to say it. I'm going to like masticate.
Okay.
Stephen Lewis from Dominican Republic. Mr. Akpik, hello.
How you doing? Yeah, so put a Q before your question or at
Yes,
JCristina. That helps out a ton. Because then we
does.
can
It
kind of
helps
like
me
hone
a
in
lot.
on it. Q before your question
Yes.
or at JCristina. That makes it easier.
Before we get into anything, I'm going to do a completely, utterly unshameless plug.
You're going to plug?
2. Not 1, but 2, maybe 3, maybe 4.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Honey badgers may like this. So this, as you guys know, I'm a makeup artist, hairstylist, but this is not something that I created, but our oldest daughter created. And if any of you have a significant other and Valentine's Day is coming up, I'm just putting it out there. If you're into hair and makeup, you know, whatever. So it's called Wicked Cosmetics. Super cute. Eyeshadow palette. Lovely for the ladies.
Little glare. Hold
Is
on.
it a little glary? Oh, yes.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Look at
That's
that.
not too bad.
No, it's neutral. It looks super sparkly, but it's neutral. And I am wearing it. Shameless plug. Yes. Unshameless plug. And the lipstick, which is Barely Bloom. I actually have it on. It's really pretty. Soft. And gloss to go with it, which is on top of.
That's a lot of
what else?
products.
Isn't that super cute?
Good job.
Anyways, it's really good. It's all the things, not animal tested, cruelty free, all that jazz. So I will put a link down in the chat. And she also came out, because she's been really busy and she's a dancer, but she came out with a children's book, which we're super, super proud of her. This is a lot of work, and she did this in like less than 6 months. She wrote this children's book. It's called The Legend of Gingerbread Village. Again, I'll put the link on it. If you have grandkids or you just like children's books, I don't know, it's kind of creepy, but no, it's really cute. And it has like scratch and sniff little.
Scratch and sniff. I remember
pictures
scratch and
and
sniff when I
stuff.
was a kid.
So again, you know, we're just plugging for our kid. We're
Yeah.
so proud of her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
thank you for your
Thank you for
attention.
Yeah. Now back to the program.
Now back to the regularly scheduled program.
Yeah. So it was an amazing deal yesterday. It really was. Elon has a bunch of footage from what was going on and what ended up being the story. I believe the consensus is it was some type of fuel leak. And what ended up happening was they ended up putting this new tank, let's say, a bigger tank. So it was holding 25% more propellant. That's a lot. And I'm going to guess that something went awry with that tank, either with a valve or with a hose or with the tank itself. There was something having to do with pressures that weren't right. And maybe there was a mass leak. And remember, it can expel a certain amount of PSI of overage, let's say. But once you get past that, let's say 20 pounds, 30 pounds PSI, whatever, and it can expel that, right? But if you hit 100 pounds, 200 pounds, the thing's going to blow. So I have a feeling it was something like that, because I remember in the video when we were watching it live, there was flames right around.
Yeah, everybody was talking about stuff.
There was flames
So
right around.
It wasn't the flap though.
No, it was like on the back, on the underneath portion of the lower flap, not the tippy tip flaps that they ended up changing. I'll tell you about that in just a second. But it ended up being those lower flaps, and we can see kind of like flames coming out from it. And literally when we saw those flames, it was 8:25, 8 minutes and 25 seconds into it, telemetry went dead, and it was kind of end of story. That was it. Because once telemetry goes, you know that it's catastrophic, because there is redundant telemetry, redundant, probably 2 or 3. As far as the signal, they have 3 different signals. So they have of course, the Starlink, but then they have 2 others. So something would be connecting to provide telemetry. So whenever you're watching any of these and the telemetry just dies, you know that it's completely dead. Flying Pretzel is in the house, I see. Well, yes. We see. What does it say? 3 days until Trump. 3 days.
And JFK.
Elon and JFK.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm all for it. I got my popcorn ready. I think it's going to be quite a ride. But
I won't be here because I'll be working.
Yes, you'll be working, but it'll be a memorable moment.
Yes.
But we'll see what ends up happening.
Definitely.
I want to see work done. I want to see progress. I want to see all the things. I want to see it all. So, but anyway, so that's kind of like the skinny behind it. Now, just to let you know that the flaps did change. The flaps at the top, instead of them being opposing 180 degrees, right? They are 25% smaller and thinner. But they're also, instead of being like this, where they're exactly 180 degrees on each side, they're like this. So they're 120 degrees apart. So 30 degrees on each side was lost. And what that did is it tucked in those flaps into the dorsal section, or the leeward, if you're a boater, the leeward section, which is that back section where it's being, let's say, shielded from the brunt of all that plasma pouring off it as it's streaming back into the atmosphere. So they weren't able to test that. They also weren't able to test the new heat shielding. Instead of just having the regular tiles, they also had active cooling tiles, meaning that instead of it just simply being a ceramic tile that's dissipating heat, the way the space shuttle was and the way this is, they were trying out or testing some active cooling methods. So it'd be the same thing as your computer, where you have your CPU and then you have a conductor of some kind, maybe a copper plate, and then after that you would have that heat sink. Now, for me, I have a water-cooled version, and I think that's what they were probably testing. Some type of maybe liquid oxygen cooled or something running through it, so it's actually active cooling instead of passive cooling. But they weren't able to actually test it. You kicked me.
Yeah, because you're just going on forever.
This is what I do.
I'm just going to backtrack a little because he's talking forever.
Because I'm talking forever. Not that this is a... That's what
we
do here.
I know, but I have to keep you moving so we can get to some questions.
All right, let's get to some questions.
Let's see. I saw one. Hold on.
See, if she's not here, I got that ADD shit, and I will just go on and on.
I put the link in the chat for anybody that's interested in the book and the makeup. I'll put it throughout too. I'm
waiting for these questions.
Stephen Lewis. I have a TP-Link router hooked up to a Starlink modem. Here in the Dominican Republic, the homes are mostly cinder block and rebar. This affects the Wi-Fi. Can a Wi-Fi extender help?
All right, that's a good question. That's Stephen Lewis. So the problem with Wi-Fi is if you just think of it this way, shit in, shit out. Okay, it sounds kind of just crude, but that's just how it works. So if you have a Wi-Fi device here, right, and then you have another one over here going through a cinder block, for example, all right, the signal will be very weakened, that is receiving this one to this extender or this repeater. So the signal since it's weak, when it extends that signal, it's giving you extended signal of weak signal, if you get that. So whereas, yes, you might have a stronger signal, but it's still weak on the backside because you're not getting throughput like you want. So to do it properly is you want to be able to backhaul it and put a router, let's say, or an AP or an access point in each room, but connect them with a cable. If you can't connect them with a cable, then you want to put the Wi-Fi, the two routers, right on opposite sides of the wall. So they're not like in a far distance. So they're literally in each room, but right next to each other, just dividing the wall. That'll give you the best possibility there. So that's really about all you can do. It makes it really difficult when you people try using repeaters all the time, access points, and it just doesn't work out just because they're too far away many times. Hopefully that helps.
Some people would like me to do a live makeup tutorial on you.
On me? The hell? What is that?
This is a few requests. I think it'd be funny as shit.
Maybe one of these nights, and I'll be like a pretty princess?
Oh, yeah.
What the frick? Guys. Man.
Oh,
all right.
wow.
Let me see some more questions here. Michael, do not ask about that bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Renee, Michael.
Do not do it. Don't do it.
Jeremy asked about the bathroom. Skippy is late, but he is here.
How you doing, Skippy?
Yeah, the bathroom. We're not
talking about it.
No. Ricky Joe said best to run Ethernet and inside wraps or mesh system.
Yes. Absolutely. Positively. Let me do this. This is
Rod
amazing.
said I just used an old router to get Wi-Fi in my tin shed workshop. It works a treat.
Works like a treat.
Works
I like that.
Treat. Yep. Did you play that? Are you playing that footage?
I'm going to in just a second. Let me see if it actually works. Do we got the banana? We got the banana. Look at that. Wow. But I don't have our. Let me get our YouTube people in here. So hang in there 1 second, guys. You do you.
Eric McMahon did say.
Here.
I'm just backtracking. He said, "Great SpaceX also suggested late February launch for Starship 8 and said Starship 9 may actually haul payload."
It's possible. Yes, you're right. They could have done it this time, but I'm kind of glad, if you think about it, that they just had duds in there, because if they didn't have the duds, well, they would have blown it all up. That wouldn't have been good, right? So, it kind of is what it is. Check this out, guys. Let me play this. I'm going to leave the banana here. You know what? I want Elon. Let's get Elon dancing down here too. Let's get Elon. I really did like
Elon last night.
Yes.
Dancing there.
Let me play this. Here we go. Ready? Look at this.
Michael, thank you for the super chat. Just a Canadian stirring the pot. Much love.
I like it.
We love it. That's what makes it fun.
Look at that.
Wow, that's great footage. That's amazing.
Look at that. Each engine labeled 170, 371.
And people are going to complain because something happened or something.
I mean, look at this.
Who does that?
Look at that. It's just unbelievable.
My brain doesn't work to do that. For sure.
Right? Isn't that awesome? Let me see. Elon has some other on here on his page. Look at this. Look at that. Is that beautiful? Look at that
cool.
shot.
Very cool.
Absolutely gorgeous.
It looks like Solo cups.
Yeah, it does. Let me see. I think he had some other. Let's see. Yeah, it's just amazing on.
Ricky Joe asks, "What is mode on Windows 11? Because it sucks. I had to change to full edition of Windows 11 on my new laptop." Ricky Joe, why'd you get a new laptop? Windows.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Windows is Windows. So if you get a cheap laptop, you're going to get like the half-assed version of Windows, and then you're going to have to upgrade to the full-blown Windows of that piece of junk that it is. That's just how it is. So it's kind of horrible. Michael, thanks a lot for that super chat. Like Fabiola said, thank you. Really appreciate that. I want to run this real quick. I'm going to play this very low in the background, so you don't really hear it.
Low Tech Greg said real quick, your thoughts on Scott Manley. posited that the self-destruct activated, causing all the pieces re-entry, and there may be a better option of one piece hit the ocean with it.
Okay, so, okay, yeah, I remember someone talked about that also, and I didn't know who it was, but whoever you just said, that's fine. But there was a few people that said that, and the problem is like this: if they don't hit that self-destruct button when the 3 gimbaling engines go out, meaning that they will no longer have control over the craft, then what? So you can hope that the unit will fall into the ocean in one piece and it only does hit the ocean. But how about if something just goes awry and now one of the engines is lit and it starts spiraling, like out of control, and ends up hitting the Turks and Caicos, the islands or something. You just don't know at that point. Whereas when they just hit that switch and the thing blows up into millions of pieces, at least, yes, there's going to be some pieces that hit the ground, not even the ground, but the water. But at least they know that it's going to explode over the water, and they're not going to have this bomb. Basically, it's a ballistic missile. It's an ICBM. It's an intercontinental ballistic missile without a nuke at the top. Okay, with 2.6 million pounds of frickin' propellant on it. Just to give you an idea. So, yeah, they cannot just allow it to kind of do its thing and hope that it falls like in the right spot, especially when they lose control. And that's the whole thing. They lost control. We saw one after another of these engines going out. And the reason they were going out is because there was a fire. And I'm going to guesstimate that the fire was either heating up that entire compartment and actually literally heating up hoses, heating everything up because of the fire on the other side of that bulkhead or on the other side of the firewall. I found out that there's a firewall in between the cavity there where the tank is, and there's a bulkhead, and then after that there's a firewall. And the firewall, my understanding, is 4 millimeters thick of stainless steel. That is not thick. But what I also found out was that that stainless steel can handle up to like 1,600 degrees Celsius, or 1,300 degrees Celsius, some crazy amount. But the problem is yes, it won't melt. But even as low as 800 degrees Celsius, it will start to lose its structural integrity, and then we'll start getting this melt through and warping and whatnot, and boom. Basically, in short, boom. So I think that's what ended up happening. Like, we can see the footage going on right now. I will leave this on the screen, and maybe I'll lose the banana for now so that you guys can read it.
Andres TBS said one thing that got my jaw on the floor was seeing the one engine that failed.
Yes, it failed, but then it came back. When they relit it, it came back. So and the thing is when I looked this up, I don't think that failed engine was one of the reused engines from the IFT-7 that actually landed, because I believe there was one that was a reuse just to test to see how it worked, and it worked fine. That engine ended up working. So here we are. What are we on? T minus or T plus 2 minutes. And everything looks really good here. I know you were saying there was like something flapping or something.
It was around
something
area.
Flapping right on here, but that's not what the issue was. The issue was down south, down really low where the fire started. And matter of fact, once we get to that point, I'm going to hit pause and I'm going to show you the fire. And I really do think that's what caused the whole thing. But we will see.
Phil the Brit, remember the renderings?
How you doing, Phil?
Remember the renderings a year ago of what the booster take off and return would like? I find it amazing. The actual footage looks just the same. Amazing.
It's identical. Because remember, the 3D animation that they did was based on mathematics and how they would have to do it. And that's exactly how it went down. Just like they rendered it is exactly how this damn thing catches it. It's just amazing to me. Absolutely, just like you say, it's awe-inspiring. It's jaw-dropping when you see something that's, there was an Arab person that commented about this, and it was hard to read, but I did like a translation on it or whatever, and they said something like, I don't know, it's like a 30, 40 story building that was caught, is basically what it is. It's like just amazing, absolutely amazing. What
with
Elon
chopsticks.
with chopsticks, yes, with
but people complain.
like Miyagi, catching like
I have done
something like that.
Okay, let's see. Edgardo Rodriguez.
How you doing?
SpaceX changed something on the Falcon that tomorrow will launch more Starlinks than before.
I didn't know that. How many Starlinks are going to launch tomorrow? Because my understanding is maximum capacity is 23, possibly 24. There goes the ring. Eventually, that ring that you see that's going off will be attached, and it will no longer come off. Anyways.
Jeremy Byers. I'd love to build a Linux Cinnamon, but I really don't know how much it would be, and I'm not that great with my bad vision.
Linux Cinnamon, well, yeah, you can. So, I mean, to download Mint 22 and use Cinnamon, you can install that on a laptop. You can install that on anything.
Radioactive Texan said, Jeremy, Linux is free.
Yeah, it's free. You could download it today. And what I would suggest, okay, is install it onto one of these, okay? Then plug this back into your computer, boot up, tell your computer to boot onto this instead of booting on your hard drive, and then test it. See what you think about it. Just run it off here. And you know, if you don't like it, you unplug it, you boot back up, and you get back into wind blows.
Okay.
And there you go.
Let's see. Ricky Joe.
How you doing, Ricky?
Do they happen,
Ricky Joe!
Do they happen to make an adapter to convert HDMI to VGA? Because my new laptop only has a HDMI port, no VGA port to hook my monitors to the laptop. He just got that Windows 11.
Oh, the old laptop?
Or like he just bought it.
Oh, okay.
You were just answering before.
Yeah. Well, so basically it says HDMI to VGA. An HDMI to, I would say yes. I haven't seen one because VGA is really not the thing anymore. Everything is HDMI or, even just digital. So I'm not sure, to be completely honest with you. That's definitely like an Amazon check. I'm going to imagine there's probably a dongle for it. There's a dongle for everything.
Okay, Richard Ruiz, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, Richard. Appreciate that.
You talked hardening TP-Link with Linksys device name.
Yes. So I am going to do a video on hardening. Well, I did a video on hardening a TP-Link router. Okay, we talked about that a little bit and things that you can do to harden it, even though the U.S. might ban TP-Link from the U.S. Okay, it could happen. My personal opinion is use something else for right now until we know for sure. Look, they're going to catch. Look at that. It's going to catch.
Okay.
So yeah, I would stay away from the TP-Link for right now. But yes, I'm currently using a Raspberry Pi with 3 connections coming into it: SpaceX, Starlink, T-Mobile, and a fiber channel. All of them.
So some answers to Reziel said it was 314 Pi. So John Haffernecker said, yep, it was number 314. They called a Pi engine. 3.14 is Pi. And then Edgardo said 27. Chip Williams, Mint just released 22.1 and it will be a long-term support. Edgardo on SpaceX website says 27 Starlink. Tiger Bim. When will SpaceX launch Starship from KCS or even from Vandenberg SFB?
That's a good question. I think what they're going to end up doing, my understanding, okay, 2 things. I think it's amazing that they can stuff 27 into a Falcon 9. That's amazing because they're pushing it. So I don't know if they enlarged the fairing to do that or if they found a new way to stack them. I don't know. But 27 is good. It's better than 24, right? Yes. Before I go any further, do you see the fire? Do you guys see the fire? Let me go and switch this over real quick. Let me go like this. We'll leave Elon on there. Let me back up just a second here. Back up just a second. Here we go. Watch this. Watch right down here, right on the flap where the mechanism is, right here, right here. Do you see the flames coming out? Right here? You see those flames? Let me just rewind it one more time.
I don't see it.
Right here on the hinge.
Oh.
See where I'm like moving my cursor? Is it coming across? It isn't coming across.
That's
Okay, so right at the very bottom where that hinge is, you can see little flames popping through there. There shouldn't be flames there, guys. There should not be flames, because that's the underbelly of the craft. There shouldn't be flames there. Bottom line is, remember, it's in orbit now, right? It's up there, suborbital, but it's up there. It's not re-entering. So those flames, there shouldn't be any flames. So that right there ended up, and as you can see, watch right now, you see telemetry just stopped at 8:25. 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Telemetry stopped. We didn't see anything else. But as you notice, let me just get to this for 1 second. Do you see this right here? There is, even back here, right around 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Do you notice how everything is lit? We have all 6 engines lit. The 3 outside and the 2 inwards. Those inners are the ones that are gimbaled. Those are the ones that control the craft. Do you notice one just went out? So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, once you start losing those inner engines, they're going to end up having to blow the thing, because they're not going to be able to control it. I don't know if they can control it with 2, to be completely honest with you, but I know once we see those go out, it's a problem. But now watch. You see the flames. There's more flames. There's more flames. They pan off it, but now watch what happens to telemetry. There goes another engine, an outer engine. Keep watching. Now another inner engine went. Keep watching. And we're going to see another outer and then an inner, and then telemetry will be gone by 8:25. Watch. There's another outer, and we have that inner. Now watch the inner. We have that one last, boom. The inner is gone, 8:25, and that's it. Telemetry is gone. So at that point is, in my personal opinion, when we were doing the show yesterday, I said, that's it. As soon as you see telemetry gone, the craft is blown up. It is gone.
You got to take Elon off. They couldn't see it. Elon was in the way.
Elon, he was in the way, wasn't he? Damn it, Elon. God.
What are you doing?
All right, let me just.
What are you doing?
Here we go.
All right, let's see. We have a couple of questions
All right,
here.
so I'm going to play it again. You guys can watch it. Right now, there's one that's currently out. Just watch it till 8:25, and then you'll see all of them but one go out, flame out. And at 8:25, boom.
Gary McAdams, did they ever run an MDC on 314 before installation?
That's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know what happened with that one. But it is the new one. I'm almost positive that is a new one. The Pi engine that ended up failing. But it didn't. It failed, but then it relit. So, what that was, who knows? It could have been something with fueling. It could have been something with who knows what. But yeah, either which way, it kind of is what it is. Let me...
Okay, another question. Arturo 4586, you can still control yaw or pitch by first rolling to corresponding attitude, as long as you have 3 degrees of freedom, just like an aircraft.
Okay, yeah.
William Bavrig, can you unpause...
That's a good point.
Can you unpause a Starlink Mini 50 GB plan without internet using the Mini in the field?
You probably can do it if you have the SpaceX Starlink's app, and you can probably log into the app and then do the unpause and pause. You can do everything basically from that app. So yes, I would have to say you would be able to do that. But just make sure that you have a connection wherever you are in the field, because you would need to be able to access it to be able to unpause it. My suggestion is, pause before you leave. Don't pause when you absolutely, unpause when you absolutely need it. If you're going to go on a vacation, going on a trip, remember, when you unpause, you have to use it for 30 days anyways, because you're going to get billed for 30 days. So if you're going to leave in a week, right, and you're going to be gone for 2 weeks, unpause it now. Who really cares? Because you'll use it for that period of time. So then you won't have this problem. Let me go ahead and show you this in the meantime. I'm going to bring this up full screen, and rewind this. This is video footage that one of you guys sent me, a real nice friend of the show. This is from a yacht.
This is very cool.
In the Turks and Caicos Islands. This is what was overhead.
But this is like from his yacht, not like we pulled the footage from somewhere else.
Yeah, no. This is actually, he sent it
last
to
night,
us.
immediately.
Last night, immediately. This is what it looked like overhead.
Could you imagine seeing that? Like,
is that not crazy?
And if you're not aware that it's, Elon's Starship and you look up and you see that.
Yeah, right? That's just absolutely nuts, right? Just look at that. Look at that. So, yeah. So that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like overhead. Kind of crazy, kind of nutty. So, anyways.
Radioactive Texan. How heavy is the super heavy once it returns to Mekazilla?
How heavy? I think it expends the majority of its fuel. I don't know what the weight is. I really don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Jay Gudmunder. Do you think there was probably a sonic boom with that? Like coming?
I don't think so.
No.
No,
too far
because
and crumbled way before.
because it was just small pieces.
Yeah.
The sonic boom usually happens when it's a large piece of matter going through the atmosphere at high rates of speed. So this is just like little chunks, but who knows? It's definitely possible, Yeah. But it was up, 50 miles or something. It's up there. And someone said that, if you can see it overhead, you don't have to worry about it falling on your head. But the problem is that streak was a very long streak. So if, let's say, it falls in 100 miles, well, if it blew up 100 miles south of you and it's coming overhead, you might start getting shrapnel, right? You might start getting hit with stuff. So you just don't know by looking at that video how far the explosion was when it was overhead in the Turks and Caicos. But either way, it was pretty dramatic, and I know some people were freaking out because that's not fireworks. This is like shooting across the entire sky, right?
Well, that's what I was saying. If you don't know that, like if you're not into the Elon thing,
you don't know. You're like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, God.
That's a little freaky.
Yeah, pretty freaky.
Let's see. Honey Badger's Welch and Son was saying that Elon was killing the engines with dancing on the screen.
Yeah.
And Honey Badger said, hold on, it was funny.
We're going to put Elon back just because.
I wasn't going to mention it about Elon, but thought everyone obviously can see those engines behind his butt. Let's see. What's in your head? Rapid disassembly, 100% check.
Rapid disassembly.
Frank Jarman said, I think Booster 5 weighed 500 tons when it landed.
There you go.
Edgardo said, when is the next Starship launch?
According to Elon, the next Starship launch will happen next month. He said
February?
It will not be delayed. This, whatever happened, will not delay it. So
cool.
That's pretty amazing. That is pretty damn amazing.
Phil the Brit, if I saw that coming out of the sky, I think aliens were coming from Mars.
Right.
War of the Worlds. That's what
War
I'm
of the
thinking.
Worlds, exactly.
I was thinking about, aliens, Will Smith, like.
Could you imagine if this structure hit? I know someone said that, hey, you can just land the whole damn thing in the ocean. Can you just imagine something that's like a 30-story building hitting the ocean at full terminal speed, as fast as it can hit? It probably wouldn't be a good thing. I don't know. Just thinking about it, right? Just thinking about it. Because it's not like it's going to be coming in and then it's going to right itself and slow itself down. I mean, just straight into the ocean, a 30-story building that's weighing 500 tons.
Atomic Nukes and Bees said the FAA grounded Starship.
Did it? There you go. I wouldn't expect anything less,
Welch and Son said, I bet they pushed the button after the first engine stopped.
Exactly what I thought. because, like I said, once you start losing those gimbling engines, yes, you could still control it or whatnot, but then it limits them to where they can put it down and how they can put it down and all the writing and the maneuvers, right? So, yeah. I wonder if someone else has a speculation on what would be the impact of taking a 500-ton, whatever it is, still fully or mostly loaded Starship and ramming it into the ocean at full speed.
Ask ChatGPT.
What would be that impact? I should, right? What would be the impact? Let's ask.
Let's look it up. Okay, Tom said that the ship just had too much Taco Bell the night before.
It couldn't vent itself.
Jay Goodmunder said that thought FAA grounded them until investigation was complete.
It's usually what happens.
God, do I have a question? Why the Starship always explodes on the Bermuda Triangle like the 2023 launch? It happened the same time at the same spot.
It's a good question.
Very interesting.
It's always in the Bermuda Triangle, right? Because they're actually launching
I'm
it
heading
over.
in that direction. Let's not talk about
Well, don't go there.
Well, I don't have a choice.
Oh, okay, then go. Just go. So what are we going to ask? Let's ask. Matter of fact, instead of asking ChatGPT, I'm going to ask Elon's AI, Grok, and see what Grok has to say. So what was the question? What are we asking?
You were talking about the impact of a 500-ton Starship.
Let's ask how. Let me ask it how heavy was it? That'd be the start.
Yes,
right?
William said, "Ask Mr. GPT." Knock night. What's the big deal about it? A few fish get scared, nothing more. I mean, you know.
That's it.
Gary, since the Starship blew up, Elon must have another ship ready to go. Well, I would think so, right? Or because he's going to do it in February, he said no delays. Do you think they're going to repair it that fast?
No, they have multiple ships. They could launch one every single month going forward, because they do have plenty backed up that they're testing continuously. So it's not a problem. The thing is with each one of these ships that are currently built, they're making modifications that they're figuring things out that broke. They're doing these iterations, not major innovations. See, the thing is this last ship was a major innovation, not just an iteration. They did a lot of changing. The height of the unit itself was like 1.8 meters taller. There was 25% more capacity of fuel. They changed out some of the heat shielding. They changed the forward flaps, instead of being opposite of each other at 180 degrees, onto the leeward side, so that they're the dorsal side, the leeward side at 120 degrees, so they're kind of pointing in, so when they came in they wouldn't burn up, because we had all those fins where you would see the skin burning off them because of the plasma pouring off the damn thing as it re-enters. So that's kind of what's going on. So according to Grok, it says that the SpaceX's Starship, including both Super Heavy booster and the Starship spacecraft, has a gross liftoff approximately of 5,000 metric tons, or 11 million pounds, when fully fueled. So that's when it's fully fueled. Now, what I'm going to ask it is, how about just the Starship?
Okay, while you do that, Phil DeBritt, I guess they pushed the button after the last engine quit. Otherwise, that's a long time delay. George, that is why they have no TAMs, notice to airmen, to make ships and planes aware and to stay away from the area.
Exactly. And that's why all those reports that we saw, or that I was reading today, about the FAA pulling planes out to save them and all, is all a bunch of bullshit, because the FAA had this as a no-fly zone a month ago.
Why are they such liars?
Because it's news.
Why do they
it's
have
sensationalized
to lie?
News. That's what they do. They lie.
Why can't people actually
just tell the truth?
Physically go investigate like back in the day and report real thing? Why is everything such bullshit?
It's just bullshit. So here you go. So just the Starship itself, without the Super Heavy, the mass is 130 metric tons, or 286,000 pounds, when empty.
Jake Goodmunder said, hey, maybe the bathroom on the Starship was not complete.
Yeah, full venting.
Wait, hold on. You like that?
Did she just push a damn womp womp button? What the hell is wrong with you?
It's for you.
Did you actually bring that?
That's my button. You can't have it.
You did. What the hell? Okay, so look, fully loaded, it comes in at basically 3 million pounds when it's fully loaded. So let's say it was half loaded, or let's say, yeah, maybe. Oh no, actually, fully loaded because it was just starting to fire up once it detached itself. So it was pretty close to fully loaded. Let me ask what the impact would be. Next question. I'm ready for you.
Oh, now you're ready?
I'm ready.
Mr.
I'm just
Man.
typing. Don't mind me.
Mr. Man, I'm typing too. Okay. Let's see. Edgardo said, when I went to Starbase last year, they had more than 10 ships ready to go.
Exactly. There you go.
Atomic Newts and Bees. It is believed that Starship survived for 3 minutes after losing contact with SpaceX, and then flight termination system took over and rud. Like 3 to 4 minutes. Chip,
Yeah.
the NOTAMs are largely around Boca Chica. By the time the ship is up suborbital above normal flight altitude, there's no NOTAM there. See?
There you go. See?
Rod said, unfortunately, there's more bullshit with all the AI now. Yes, and that's
Yes.
why I just said we're running out of toilet paper. George, hoping they captured the sequence of events to learn what happened. Welch and Son, LOL, she's stepping up after you tried burning her hair. Yes!
That's right. That's true.
Knock Knock Night, scared fish at impact mass is child's play for any ocean. Yes. Oh, Lord. What a time. What a time we're living in, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
We have all this greatness going on. Some people have these brains. This guy is like a genius. And then there's other people that always have to like knock that kind of stuff down. I mean, I'm not a nerd like that. I don't have that. But this is amazing. And when people try to minimize stuff like this and like nitpick at stuff, I'm just like, really?
Yeah, it's kind of
Like,
stupid.
what did you accomplish today?
Yeah. So I asked the question, what would be the equivalent of the Starship fully loaded at 3 million pounds of fuel? Close enough, right? Impacting the ocean at at full speed, right? No brake, full speed. What would be the equivalent to like an atomic explosion, for example? Because people understand like how that is. So it would be the equivalent of 10.9, or let's call it 11 kilotons. 11 kilotons of TNT. That's what it would explode with.
Yeah.
So it would be a little bit of a big explosion, all right? And yeah, so
Just a little bit.
yeah, 11 kilotons.
Would that cause like one of those waves of rogue wave?
I don't
or
know what it
something?
would cause, but you wouldn't want to be anywhere
Hell
in the
no.
vicinity of 11 kilotons.
You don't want to catch a wave, dude?
No.
William, how many football fields is that?
What's that?
What you were just saying. William asked how many football fields would that be?
How many football fields of a kiloton bomb? What?
The blow up.
Oh my God! It would be massive. It would be absolutely massive. Well, here's an example. So, I did a comparison using Grok. What is the kiloton of a nuclear bomb? Let's say the Hiroshima bomb or the Nagasaki bomb. So the Hiroshima bomb was 15 kilotons. And the Nagasaki bomb was 21 kilotons. So the Starship impacting the water at full speed would be the equivalent to almost, not quite, 11 kilotons, which would be the Hiroshima bomb. That's a pretty damn big explosion, right? So yeah, I mean, I think it sounds all good to have it land intact in the ocean, but the truth of the matter is it wouldn't land intact in the ocean. It would literally blow up like an 11 kiloton of TNT bomb.
That's crazy.
So for whatever that's worth. I don't know what kind of wave a 11 kiloton explosion on the water would make. I'm sure it'd make a little bit of a ripple. I don't know.
A little bit. George,
Let's ask.
you're such a nerd. George said, one of my first games on my Apple II Plus was Lunar Lander. That capture reminded me of trying to land on the moon. William Baverick, conclusion. A 2 kiloton explosion could severely damage an area equivalent to about 240 football fields.
There you go.
This is a rough estimate and could vary significantly depending on the conditions of the explosion. That's from Mr. GPT. Jay Goodmunder said a tsunami.
A tsunami?
That's what I was thinking, but
that's what I'm trying to see. The immediate vicinity would be 33-foot wave.
FW said the Beirut blast measured 2.75 kilotons.
Yeah, 2.75 kilotons. So this was 11 kilotons.
Dang.
What this would be. So yeah. The bottom line is it would be pretty big. And
I feel like you're stunned.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the math because it goes by joule. Like amounts of energy expended, and it's a lot. It is a lot. I just don't see it as being a viable option of having the Starship impact the ocean at full tilt and fully loaded. I don't see it. I do not see it because that would be.
I looked up the Beirut blast, and it caused $15 billion in property damage. Imagine something like that.
Well, this is in the middle of the ocean, but like they're saying, you're looking at 33-foot waves, I think is what it's talking about. Yeah, so that's a pretty big, pretty big impact. So yeah, I don't think we want to ram that thing into the ocean anytime soon. So, the bottom line is they're going to blow it up. If those engines go out, just like I said at the beginning, once those gimbaling engines go out, that is it. They are not going to be able to return it or return it properly and right itself, slow itself down, and do all this kind of stuff that it needs to do. So they're going to blow it up. That's just it. Bottom line.
They're going to blow it up. They're going to blow
More
it
questions. I am here for
them. Let's see. Volojurians. Nothing from space can return through atmosphere without burning, blowing up to pieces before it attacks Earth.
Yeah.
Dubstep Kid, I think the exploded on the surface, which it would not create a tsunami or created from underground earthquakes from a huge piece of land pushing up on the waters that goes.
Yeah, you could be right.
True.
You could be right. Remember, though, it's not really exploding on the top of the water. It is going to plunge through the water with a force of 3 million pounds traveling at terminal velocity, right? So figure a 30-foot building
Andre's TPS.
hitting the ocean at 3 million pounds or whatever at terminal velocity, whatever that would cause. It'd be a lot. It'd be a lot.
Andre said, good thing Starship and Booster come down with next to no fuel.
Right. And they do that on purpose, too.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be on a ship or anything nearby.
No, definitely not. And it is, so the ships can't go in that zone either, just so you know. The FAA is in control. Everyone knows that area is a no-fly zone, no boat zone, no nothing. So that's how it's always been like that.
Let's see. Phil the Brit. I just love Elon's sense of humor when calling an explosion a rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
That's right. A rapid,
Just
unscheduled
fabulous.
disassembly.
That's such a great reply.
A RUD.
That's great.
Yeah.
Mark El Mono. That is not enough for us. That is not enough for us to create a tsunami. That is not enough force, to create a tsunami. And Jay said, how deep in the water would it go?
That's a good question. That is a good question. If it just hit full throttle, I don't even know how deep it would go. Yeah, I think it would just explode just on impact. It would just. Think about all the liquid oxygen. You have methane, oxygen, 3 million pounds in totality. I mean, you're talking just I mean, it would be unbelievable is what it would be. It would be a massive, massive ball of flames and an explosion for sure. I think, what did someone say? The size of how many football fields? A ton. It would be a very big area.
Oh, the football fields?
Yeah.
I'd have to go back.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
all right.
remember, but
That's all right.
240 football fields.
The bottom line is the impact would be 11 kilotons of TNT, which is very very
lot.
close to the Hiroshima bomb, which was 15 kilotons.
Any questions, people? You guys were quiet tonight. Is everybody tired? Because it's
Probably
Friday
everyone's
night,
tired.
and we
Just
we
hanging
were on
out
last night.
just doing it. What do you guys think about Jeff Bezos over there? Right, besides SpaceX, Jeff Bezos finally got to space, guys.
Here you go.
New Glenn made it to space after 10 years. He tried to get to space since 2015, and he just got to space with Blue Origin, his space company, right? 2 days ago or something, which is amazing, which is really good.
Elon congratulated him. He congratulated Elon, and then Elon said, "We're friends now." He put on X.
Oh my God, Jeff Bezos and Elon are now friends because he got a rocket into space.
Yeah. Are you guys getting drunk just listening and watching my favorite best looking couple on YouTube? That's awesome. Thank you.
Good stuff.
Everyone is getting ready for Monday Trump party, according to Edgardo, and you're probably right.
It's gonna
be something crazy come Monday.
Yeah.
I'm ready for all the signatures.
Did you see that they already banned the red dye? What was it, red dye 5, red dye 3? I think red dye 3, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's
a whole litany though of others to go.
It's crazy because that red dye, they banned it from like makeup and like all this other stuff. They banned it like 10, 15 years ago or whatever. But they didn't ban it from the foods. They ban it from the makeup, they ban it from other shit, but they don't ban it from the foods. Like, what the hell? It's cancer. It's a carcinogen.
Yeah.
Why would they not ban it? In other countries, in Europe, it's banned. And the yellow and all the rest of these dyes, they're all banned. But here in the U.S.,
it's special.
Just kill us. Just kill us. Stick all that stuff in the food and then wonder why everyone is sick all the time. Big Pharma loves it, right? Because they don't want you to get better. They want to keep on feeding you pills that you can pay for every month. I just got kicked.
Radioactive Texan SpaceX should have defraged. Is that what? Am I saying it right?
I don't know. Defragged. Defragged the hard drive.
The HDD. Yeah.
Yeah, the hard drive before takeoff. Yes. Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
Defrag the hard drive. Look at
Rod
this thing.
said, "Nat, Saturday lunchtime here. Where are you, Rod?"
Wow, Saturday lunchtime. Jeez.
Dubstep. I hope that Jeff Bezos does good because he's trying to get to space, and I root for him and Elon and anyone else trying to get us into the future where space exploration is a thing.
I agree.
Totally agree.
I
still don't like Jeff, but yes.
Yeah, it's like I really like competition. It's just I don't like him. I don't like who he is and how he just his persona at all, not at all. But do I want him to succeed? Yes, because I want SpaceX to have competition. Because whenever there's competition, it breeds innovation instead of iteration. Competition breeds innovation instead of iteration. So that being said, it will push, not like Elon Musk really needs much of a push, but it still will constantly push to the next best thing, the better, and getting continuously better. So this is what ended up happening with Adobe.
Yeah.
This is what happens with Microsoft. When you don't have competition, you just sit on your laurels and do jack shit, right?
Oh, did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. Edgardo, why everyone is talking about Starship blowing up and don't talk about what happened to the booster of New Glenn?
Yeah, New Glenn made it into orbit, but they tried to have their booster land on the back of the Jacqueline, and the Jacqueline is their drone ship or whatever in the middle of the ocean, but they had to scuttle it, They had to rud it also because it lost telemetry or it lost control or whatever, so they blew it up. But that's okay. At least their upper section made it to orbit.
Mo,
which is good,
you're in the house, Mo.
How you doing, Mo?
William said, is Monday stat holiday with Trump. Yep.
It seems that way.
Mark said Elon made it to space, but Renee, and the Arctic blast coming to the south. Yes, it is.
Yeah, right? That's probably what this rain is.
I know. Right? We ran in the rain to come here, and it was so cold. That water was so cold. That's why I was like, we look a little disheveled tonight.
Yeah, I know.
But,
because we were running through the rain to get here.
Yeah. Rod, it'll be interesting looking in from our country to the way it will go from your Monday. That's true.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's going to rain all week.
Yeah, that's great. Lovely. Phil the Brit, I watched the Bozos take off. It was a total ripoff on Elon takeoff, from the graphics to the workers cheering to the background. See, that's the part that I don't like. That's just lame.
Yep.
It's so lame. Like, God, people that like do stuff like okay.
It is. But the production value of it after 10 years was pathetic. The imagery was sad. There was more talking than visuals. The connection wasn't great at all because he wasn't using Starlink.
Like, if you're going to do something, you're going to be
like,
competition. I get it that there is going to always be stuff that's somewhat similar, right? Like, it has to be. But, like, don't be a douche and, like do that. It's just
And that's the exact same thing that the CCP does, the Chinese Communist Party.
So bad.
They're making a equivalent to SpaceX Starlink, and they're literally making, I mean, it's almost like they got the schematics or something. It looks like identical, right? So they're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Bezos with his, I forgot what did he name? He named it. You know how like Elon Musk has named like the different ships, certain things. So he named it. Let me see. Jacqueline was the ship that was out to sea, right. And then the vehicle. What did he name it? I'll look it up and I'll tell you. Oh, here he called it. So you're telling me there's a chance. So that's what he named the booster rocket. So you're telling me there's a chance. Which to me is just, you know, Elon Musk named the two drone ships. One is called, Of Course, I Still Love You. And the other drone ship is called So You're Telling Me, or the other drone ship is called, what the hell was it? I wrote it down somewhere. Anyways, another one that's comical like that. And then when you see him making something up that's similar, it just seems so trite, you know, like disingenuous. It's just like, it's douchey.
Joe likes to use fancy words. I just go straight for the jugular. Just don't be a
straight
douche.
For the douche. All right, there it is.
I just don't have.
All right. So that's that's the Bezos thing.
Ricky Joe, did you hear they're going about the TikTok ban in the U.S.? Yes.
Yes. Did it? So I'm still waiting on it. I'm no longer recommending TP-Link, and all of my videos going forward since that possible ban, I took TP-Link out of all of the video comment, like the pin comment, as well as the description, and I put alternatives. Yeah. So check those out on all of my videos. You'll see some alternatives, and I changed them up a little bit. I hope TP-Link pulls through and everything is fine and they don't get banned, but honestly, there's other companies out there. And when you see a company like TP-Link for routers selling like 80% of the routers out there, and our government uses them, and the price point of them are literally like half the cost of others. Half. So if that's the case, that right there should not be allowed. That shouldn't be allowed in general. Think about that. Because why are they allowed to sell the things for half price? Right? And now they control the market. The reason being is because the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, is subsidizing TP-Link to get all of them out there. Now, I'm speculating, but I think that that's the case. So they did the same thing with DJI. She's gone. Oh, you're going to... Oh.
See, it still doesn't do it.
She thought that she was going to be the first to launch this thing. It was going to make a big 1.5-foot torch. She got nothing. Zip. I love it. Oh my God, Fab. So do I have a secret?
Yeah, you're doing something to it. I even try to shake it up.
Hold on.
No, you can't use that. That's mine. You suck. Don't mess your teacup. Get out of here.
What? You want me to try it? I can try it.
Don't point it at me. Point it at yourself.
Let me know if you want me to launch this thing. All right? You let me know.
Stop talking.
All
Let
right,
me get
go.
to some questions.
Go to get some questions. All right. I will stop talking.
George said, but finally. No. No. Radioactive Texan. A patient cured is money lost. Yes. John K. Wolf. Monday
Facts.
is going to be the worst day. Stop it, John.
There
No,
you go,
it's
John.
not.
John.
Get over it.
I love John.
I love John. Build a bridge. Get over it. Welch and
good.
Sun Farm. LOL. Fluoride should be banned also.
Yeah,
Yep.
fluoride will be banned when you know when Kennedy gets in.
We'll see what happens.
There's going to be a lot of banning. We'll see. We'll see.
Did I read this one? Valo Jurgens. Kinetic energy calculations would be more or less justified if the Starship were a monolithic piece of metal, but most of the mass is burning fuel and thin metal around it, so no panic.
Gotcha. There you go.
Mo, we need to have a global space program, not just relying on one country or advisory or enemy. It should be neutral. Yes, it should. Jay Gudmunder, what are gas prices where you are? You know what? I don't even look anymore because it's over $3 and something, and I think it's retarded.
I think when I get premium, which is a 93 octane, and it's like 370 something for the cheap stuff, for the 88, 89 octane or whatever, I think it is about 325. Right around there, 329.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't care. I think that's stupid.
It shouldn't be.
No, it was 96 cents a gallon when we were in high school. It's the same stupid gas. Like,
yeah, the gas
ridiculous.
didn't change.
John, he's just like Elon, rich and can't believe what they say. John, why are you hating on people that are rich? Poor people is a fact that they can't hire people to have jobs. I'm just saying, put it out there.
You know, and that's one of the reasons why I like Elon and I don't like Bezos.
No, but he was saying
I
about
get it.
Trump, he's
yeah,
rich.
no, I know.
Like,
it's the rich people.
poor people don't hire people because they're poor. They don't have money.
Right. So the thing is I would like to see the rich people, the billionaires, with a soul, with a heart that likes to help other people.
I'm a poor person.
Right?
I come from poor, and
Yeah.
I've worked my ass off, and nobody gave me shit. And when I get to be rich, what, are you not gonna like me?
Exactly.
Stop
and then
it.
hopefully when you do get rich one day, you're giving back, right? You're helping communities, and that's the thing what Elon Musk has always been doing, right? He's trying to, every time there's a disaster, he's there. He's providing the Starlinks, he's providing money, 30 million here, 30 million there. You don't even hear about it. Sometimes I'll report on it, sometimes I won't. But he's constantly doing this. Matter of fact, with the fires in LA, he diverted a whole shit ton of Tesla Cybertrucks to go there that was supposed to be earmarked for people that bought them. He diverted them to LA so that they can use them for the first responders to use them as power supplies because they have so much power on board, but also for Starlink mesh sites so that they set up the trucks in a mesh grid pattern. So if you were a first responder and you're like in the deep neck of the woods where you have a tower that's burnt down and you have no connection, those cyber trucks are going to be your lifeline. This is the kind of shit that he does.
That's really cool.
What has Bezos done for you lately?
He's giving you a beso.
Zip, right? What?
He gave you a beso.
He did give me a beso.
A beso in Spanish
Bezos.
is a kiss.
Yes, a kiss from Jeff Bezos. So yeah, I don't know. He just, that's one of the reasons. That's why I don't dislike him because he's a billionaire. I don't really care. The thing is it's not like it's simply the way he is, right? And that's why I like looking at the people and what they do and not the money that they have. But the thing is, like Fabiola was saying, when the people have a ton of money, they have the ability to make evil with it or they have the ability to make good with it.
Yeah.
I tend to swing towards the good.
Honey Badger said that maybe I should leave that sitting for a couple of days before I fire it up. Maybe you're right, because you lit it up last night.
Should I try it? I don't know. Maybe I will.
Go ahead, try it.
All right, here we go. Are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I don't like you. What happened to my page?
Look at that snap.
Oh, snap.
It lost. It's gone.
Oh, no.
It's dead.
Where's everybody?
There you
they
are.
Okay.
What is going on here on the other screen here?
I don't know
what are
you
we
have
watching?
going.
What are we
went
watching?
on a ramp. I went on a rage.
You went on a
I'm
rage.
back.
All right.
Okay, let me see. Honey badgers. My neighbor was decorating with a bunch of cookies with that red dye. Yikes. I don't think a lot of people are aware. No, they're not.
That red dye is in everything. It's
Renee
in
said,
everything.
wealthy peeps employing people attempting innovation is all good. Yes. William, we had a snow squall last day, 0 visibility in some areas and highways. Wow, that's in Pennsylvania.
Snow. We're not getting snow here in Florida, but we are going to get a ton of rain for the next week because it's going to cool down. So, kind of is what it is.
Let's see. Edgardo, what does that say right here? Roscosmo?
Yes.
Roscosmo have better launch graphics than Blue Origin.
Yeah, probably. That would be probably the Russian. But yeah, so the Blue Origin, they had 10 years. All right, they could have done much better when it came to a presentation. They could have done much better when it came to visuals and everything else. And the thing is, they launched it in the midnight hour. They launched so SpaceX launched at what, 4 p.m. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Bezos launched his at like 2:30 in the morning. So of course it's like no one's going to be watching. Like if it was me and it took me 10 years to get that damn New Glenn shit up off the ground, let me tell you, I would want everyone to watch, right? If I was confident, I would want everyone to watch. But obviously they weren't confident. They're doing it at 2:30 in the morning. They don't need to do it at 2:30 in the morning. They could do it during the day, so you get better visuals and stuff. But they didn't do that. So that's the kind of thing. You know, you look at it, and you're like, why do you do that? What is the purpose behind it? So I just have a feeling that they weren't confident. I had a feeling that I stayed up the night. Remember, I stayed up the night before. Because I was going to go live and cover Bezos' shit. Because I'm like, you know what?
You asked me, are you going to be up? And I said, no way. I have to get up so early.
Yeah.
And then that happened.
So I stayed up. It was 2:30 in the morning or something. And then they scrubbed it. I'm like, damn it. I'm stupid. Because I know they've scrubbed it 7 times in the past over the last 10 years. They constantly scrub it. So then when they said that they were going to go live with it next day, I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And sure damn enough, they actually launched the damn thing. And I wasn't there for it. But you know what? I watched the video, and like I said, it wasn't eventful. It wasn't inspiring. I mean, to me, it was like lackluster. It was more commentary. You know, you heard people talking. You didn't see the visuals. So it was kind of like whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
it was whatever. But you know what? Like I said before, congratulations. At least they finally got something into orbit. See, people always thought that Blue Origin launched a lot of satellites into orbit. And the bottom line is Blue Origin hasn't launched a single satellite into orbit. That includes New Glenn, that just went up, and New Shepard. New Shepard is their smaller version, but New Shepard is always suborbital.
Really?
Yeah, they've never got a single. The only 2 satellites that Bezos ever put into orbit went into orbit on a ULA craft. They couldn't even do it himself. It's kind of sad, you know. So, anyways,
Mo said that you need you need to buy a miniature fire extinguisher. Plus Joe, did
That would
you
be
see
cool.
the Starship blow up footage? Yes, it was mind blowing. That's funny.
yeah. I'll put it back up since I played this a couple times. I'll have that. I'll run that a few times because some people didn't see it. Let me stick it over here so you guys can see it. So this is the footage. Maybe I'll put it on loop. Let me go. There you go. Loop. Let's see if it does it. Hopefully it does. So that right there is the footage. That is footage from an iPhone from the Turks and Caicos Islands out at sea. At a yacht marina, basically. And a couple of folks that were on the yacht, they took this and they sent it to me last night.
Yeah.
right after it happened. And I was going to go live with it and show everyone. And I'm like, you know what? It's late. We were on for like 2.5 or 2 hours, whatever it was, during the launch. So I said, we'll wait until the next day. So there you go. That's it.
Jay Gudmunder said tariffs on oil coming from Canada will be 25% more expensive. USA gets 4.4 million barrels a day from Canada.
Wow.
USA refineries are designed to process cheap Canadian heavy oil. Live with Tommy Viper. Hi, Joe. Just stopping by to say hello.
How you doing? Thank you for being here. Appreciate that.
Let's see.
Appreciate you guys.
Peter
Appreciate you guys.
Gosling. Hey, hey, hey.
How you doing, Peter? Thank you for being here, Peter.
Yes.
I see a whole bunch of kicks.
Yes.
Thanks,
I'm
Peter.
just trying to backtrack between your computer and mine because I lost my spots.
No problem. Yeah, it happens. It happens all the time. I know.
Yeah.
When she's not here and I'm having to do it all by myself and look for questions and all the rest, and the
Rod
thing just keeps
said-
hopping around, it's annoying.
People underestimate Elon. He's what we call a good egg.
He is a pretty good egg. Yeah, he is
Peter
a pretty good
Gosling
egg.
said Bezo, you mean Bozo.
Yes, Bezos to Bozo. Yes, yes.
Mo said it's always evil with the 1%.
It could be, right? And that's the thing. The 1% has the money to be evil. But they also have that money to be good. And for me, those are the ones that I try to, align myself with. And that's, being here in Palm Beach, we know, and we have worked with many millionaires and some billionaires. Okay. And you can in a second, which ones are evil and which ones are good.
Oh, yeah.
When you see them all the time, like I said, in Palm Beach, you get a lot of them, right? So anyways.
You have the Chester molester vibes. you just have the creepy vibes.
You got like.
You have the crazy kooky vibes.
You got the.
And then once in a while, you meet one that's like normal and you're like, wow, okay.
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
Yeah. But like for most of the part, everybody
Epstein vibes, most of them.
Yeah,
not most, but
not
a number. Let's say
they're just weird.
Yeah.
But then again, people think we're weird.
Yeah, but there's a lot of really nice,
and also
really nice
there's a
people
lot of
that have
people,
a lot of money, and that's just the way it is.
When you get a lot of money, some people just run out of
goes to their
shit to
head.
buy, and they wear like the wackiest shit just because it's like the thing, and it's like it makes you look even weirder. You're not helping yourself. Weirder.
Yes.
I'm from Blacks. Weirder. All right, let's see. Martin D. Turner, have y'all read Elon Musk by Walter Lassaxon?
Yeah.
I understand Elon a lot more now.
Yes. Portions of the book, but not the whole book. Yeah. Supposedly it's good stuff.
That's true too.
Isaacson put it together. But yeah, it's, some of the stuff is supposedly non-factual. The majority of it is, but it's like you have to kind of, read through some of the stuff too. So, but yeah, it's supposed to be a really good book. I haven't had time or inclination to read it.
Let's see. John said, question, do you have
How you
a
doing,
lot
John?
of Starlink updates this week?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I told Fabiola I want to start changing stuff up a little bit. So we'll see what ends up happening. I don't know.
Sometimes my name is Fab. Tonight my name's Fabiola, in case you didn't know.
Yes, it's Fabiola right now because she tried blowing me up once, gave me the womp womp over there.
You guys have seen how many times
She
like
kicked
blows
me. I don't
me
even
up.
know how many times
Because
so far.
sometimes you're like this run-on sentence. It's like
Am I a run-on sentence?
sometimes, yeah.
I could be, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like finish.
Get to the freaking
Right,
point.
and like when you finish, you do this like weird pause, and I think you're finished, and
But
I
I'm
start
not
to
done yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm thinking.
And then people will say, "Oh, she's talking over you." No, he just paused, like he's done. You guys know what I'm talking about.
I pause.
And
Because
then
I'm
you start.
thinking.
Well, don't think.
Instead of just
Just
don't
finish.
Think. Just blabber and just not think.
No, just finish.
Just finish.
God.
Okay. But you know what? A lot of you guys have told me that too. Get to the freaking point, Joe. You take forever.
Well,
I tell a lot of people, look, just play me at 1.5.
No, you do.
You know what I mean?
You do
Just,
get to the point, but
so
then you like pause and then like you start again. So like you're not finished. Yeah.
all that. I will try to get to the point. I will attempt.
I'm just reading these. These are funny. I have to go back because I'm missing some stuff. But Rod said, "You are weird," and I said, "I'm weirder, but I spelled it wrong." George said, "When I was a kid," Mo said, "Kick."
Mo says, "Long pause."
Yes. George said, "When I was a kid, there was a hobo village behind our grill. I would dispose of the food in separate bags so they didn't have to sit there through the trash barrel.
See?
Made friends with King." That's cool.
See that little
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes.
It's really nice
Yeah.
because it's thoughtful, right?
Right.
You know they're going to go through the trash anyways. You know that you really can't give them the food due to liability. That's why, like McDonald's and all the rest of them, they throw the food away and they get rid of it and they don't give it to homeless shelter because it's a liability. So you know that it's a liability, but by doing what you did, it allows them now to be able to not have to go through everything else, right? And they just have food that is in there. So yeah, I mean, just little things like that, just little things that are thoughtful, you know, and they're greatly appreciated. They really are. So.
All right, let's
Something
see.
from Peter. I see Peter, something coming through.
Peter Gosling. "Joe, don't change. I like it the way you are. It's fun." John said, "Kids, you sound like y'all just got married. Great."
Jeez.
How
many years have we been married?
Oh my God, I forgot.
Guys, we've been married over 30 years.
It was 31 this year. This December was 31, but we've been together 33. Oh my God.
33. 33.
Don't hold your head.
Sorry.
I'm holding my head.
Sorry.
Sorry. All right. Phil the Brit, is the Bozo's rocket same size as Falcon 9?
No. It's actually larger. It's more like a Starship. It's like a mini Starship. That's a good question. Let's see the size difference.
Dubstep.
Let's ask Grok.
Dubstep Kid said, "My God, you guys got married when I was 9 years old. That's crazy." It's cray
You see?
cray. We're cray. You gotta be cray to do what we did. I mean, I don't even know. He makes me crazy. I don't know what to tell you. Look it. Let's see. Wait,
All right,
I was
let's see what
reading.
the-
I was reading
let's see
something
what the
real quick.
difference is.
George said, "Got some guys to help get off the street. The King would help me help those who wanted help."
You see?
That's cool.
So here you go. The size. So the Starship, the total size is 397 feet or 121 meters. New Glenn is 321 feet or 98 meters. So you're looking at about 23 meters shorter. New Glenn is compared to the Starship. So yeah, I mean it's the size of a Starship. It's a little bit smaller. Let's see if you want to go by feet difference. Let's call it 60 feet or so smaller than the Starship combination with Super Heavy. But yeah, it's not a Falcon 9. So the Falcon 9 is more like the New Shepard version, right? But once again, the New Shepard never has been into orbit. New Shepard's always been suborbital. But people always think that it's orbital. It's not. None of them are. They've never got, like I said, a satellite into orbit, period. So we'll see. Maybe New Glenn will be the thing. Bezos was saying that he wants 24 rockets or 26 rockets in 2026, the year. That means that they're looking at launching 2 New Glens per month. Are you freaking kidding me? This guy, he's like so pie in the sky, just nutty. Like, just think about that. 24 launches of New Glenn. It took them 10 years to get one up there. But I could see they'll probably do another one. But I will speculate. We won't see another New Glenn. Maybe one more this year. if you saw 2 more this year, it would be a lot. I don't even think it will happen. I would say it would probably be like 5-6 months before they attempt another new Glenn. That's what I think. We'll see, But every month they're going to do 2. Just stop already. Just stop. It's just not there. Maybe it will be one day, and they're going to keep on iterating, hopefully. And the thing is the way I look at the difference between, Elon Musk, SpaceX compared to Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' company. It's like Jeff Bezos' company is like NASA 2.0, right? When I say NASA 2.0, it's like NASA did stuff that was stupid. Like they'd have like a $5,000 hammer, so everything was extremely expensive, and everything took like 10 years. It took forever. So, like I always say, SpaceX takes 10 months where NASA would take 10 years. The same thing holds true with Bezos's Blue Origin, in my personal opinion. Maybe that will change. We'll see. He's got plenty of money with Amazon to throw at it. But sometimes money doesn't make it happen, right? It's not money all the time. Yeah, you could throw a whole bunch of money at a problem and try to get it fixed, but what you need to do is throw a whole bunch of intellect at the problem to fix it. I just don't know if he has enough of those intellectuals, let's just say. I know when you see all these people clapping over there at SpaceX, everyone is like 4 years old. They're like, like literally, they're all like teens, 25, 28 years old. And they're all like these are brilliant kids, what I would call a kid, like literally our kids' age.
You know what? So how do I explain this? Like, it's not the age that irritates me, is that they're so brilliant, but like my mind is completely different. So I'm the type of person that if you can't physically do something, then I have no purpose for you.
Yeah, so so an attorney would not be a thing for you.
I'm not yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You want something that to do something with your hands.
I'm a tangible, like if a guy takes a tree down and chops it up and builds like a house in an hour, then I'm like, holy shit.
So I'm a little bit different, okay?
Because you're a little bit of both. Right,
because I'm a little bit, I like people that can do stuff with their hands, right? I'm an artist, I can build stuff, I can do things, right? But also, I do appreciate the intellect of people too, and be able to do things, but on the computer, like programming, I was programming an assembly code, burning EEPROMs, back in the Apple days. Okay, so I know that side. So I'm kind of like split in the middle. So I can appreciate these brilliant minds not actually physically doing things with their hands, doing them with their mind and letting someone else do it with their hands. So I can appreciate that side too. But yeah, I get that. There's people that can't do shit.
I shouldn't say I'm not impressed. I am. But it's just that in my own experience, that's all that they can do.
Yeah, they just focus on that.
And like real life problems or real life situations, they're complete buffoons.
And there you go.
And like if I'm a chick and I can go and change, he knows I can go change my own tire if I have to. I have no problems jacking up my truck and doing what I got to do. He knows that I will.
Yeah.
And one of these future kids now today, they're just like, what?
And there's a lot of that. There is a lot of that.
So yeah.
No, I get it.
Like I drive a stick. Okay, it's a stick. It's not a manual. I'm not going to tell you who drives manuals. I drive a stick, and I would say that most guys today can't even drive a stick.
That's true though. A lot of people they can't. I mean,
John Wolf said, I wish I could paint. I could paint too, John. I can do demos.
Yeah, she does do demos very well, and then I have to fix them.
You don't have to fix them. You just have to get started, and I'm helping you. Don't get me started on the bathroom.
Oh, God. She helps me by pulling the pin out of the grenade and throwing it into the bathroom, watching it explode and be like, there you go, honey, I helped you. Now fix it.
That's the hard part, though, because I'm doing
the hard part?
I'm doing the labor. I'm knocking the stuff down.
Throwing the grenade in?
No, because I don't really use a grenade. I use my own muscle. I'm hammering. I'm dropping the hammer. You come in, it's all clean, demoed, and you just start.
And I just start.
Right, but you still can't even finish. Am I wrong? You know I'm not wrong. Yes,
we
William,
need to get out of
I
here.
am the muscle.
You said we were going to go short. We're at an hour and a half, and we're still going.
It's your fault because you take forever.
It's my fault.
I'm tired. Rod said, oh no, not the bathroom.
Do not talk about the damn bathroom.
Dutch Linux said, damn Americans and their automatics. Dutch said that they all drive stick in Europe. See?
Of course they do.
Of course they do. But over here, no, they call it a manual.
Look.
Who drives a manual?
In Europe, you don't have any red dye. You don't have yellow dyes because it's illegal. If you go into, like, as we know, if you go into Israel, guess what? If you buy a Coke, the Coca-Cola product cannot have that shit in it. Why? Because it's illegal. So they can't have the dyes, they can't have the caramel coloring and all the rest of the crap. They have to not use corn syrup, right, for a sweetener. They have to use real damn sugar. Who would have thunk it? But that's overseas. But here, they can kill us in the U.S. and it's okay. But that RFK is going to change, all right? I am there for it. I cannot wait because all of these companies have been using this cancer-causing shit that's literally hurting us. It's destroying men's testosterone. Our testosterone's in the shitter, right? Everyone has low T. Low T. You got low T? I got low T, right? It's a whole like cottage industry now. And then you have all of these kids that all are ADD. Everyone has got ADHD. Everyone's DDD out of their freaking minds, okay? You have
You're a DD.
You got autism on the right. Everything is just a goddamn wreck. And the reason being why is because of the foods. They're killing us. They're not doing that in Europe, but they're doing it here. So anyways, yeah, I'm there for it. I cannot wait to see all of these companies scrambling to try to find out, how are we going to color this? We got to make it yellow. What are we going to use? Oh, use something natural. Who would have thunk? That's how it's going to go down, guys. I've spoken, and she's typing. I'm waiting for a damn question.
I am talking to honey badgers.
Stop talking to honey badger.
What did my car? What did I just get? My car just hit 200,000 plus miles, and I just got a new battery, a starter, and a radiator.
So
it all broke in like a week at the same time.
Yeah, the battery died. And then from the battery, the starter died. Had to replace that. And then after the starter, then the radiator decided to blow up. So we got a new radiator. That was all during the holidays.
Yeah. Anyways, I was answering somebody, and so that's what happened.
Okay. Well, you just keep typing away.
Yep. Mo said a happy life equals sleep on the sofa tonight.
Exactly.
Oh my God, Joe would have been sleeping on the sofa for like over 2 years because of this bathroom. It is officially... It was 2 years in October.
Was it?
Yeah.
Could be.
What do you mean could be? It is.
It's possible.
I couldn't even return stuff if I wanted to if it doesn't work.
We don't even know what the countertops look like.
I don't remember what the cabinets look like. They're in the box.
I don't even know.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm not even drinking anything tonight. I am just tired.
Yeah.
Are we good?
I'm good whenever you're good. All right, guys. So a couple more questions. We'll put like another 5 minutes out there or something. If you have a question, put a Q before your question or at JCristina.
When I get tired, I just go completely off all this stuff, and then this is what happens. Your show goes straight down the toilet. Sorry.
Well, I appreciate you
I'm being honest though.
Popping it up a little bit and finishing strong.
Well,
Finish strong.
I had to give the people something fun.
All right, fun girl. So what else we got? You are fun. You are absolutely fun. And you can demo shit too. No, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
Honey Badger says, Fab, did you give us a link to the makeup?
Yes, I will
put a link in there. Put a link in there to the makeup.
The makeup and the book.
Yep, and the book. Makeup and the book.
So recap, if anybody missed it, Valentine's Day is coming, and our daughter came out with a makeup line. So, parent plug again.
Yep.
Super cute.
You got like the bright light
for the ladies, yes. Lips. Gloss.
Did you say lips?
Lips.
Lips.
Bib lips, as your daughter
Bib
says.
lips. And then a book.
Baby book.
She just wrote this book.
The Legend of the Gingerbread Village. It's super cute. It's scratch and sniff pages. It's really
Scratch
cute.
and sniff, guys. I mean, come on.
Scratch and sniff.
Scratch and sniff. That's good. Why do you have to be nasty?
Because that's what we used to
It's
call
like a
it.
kid's book.
We used to call it back in the day. Like, remember, scratch and sniff, all these little things. But hers says a scented story.
A scented story. I like it. I like it. Good job, baby.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes. So yeah, we're really proud parents on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Good stuff. Absolutely good stuff.
What else? What else?
I don't know.
Best Synwave UPC for Starlink and 1 TB for a short time.
What? I don't know what you're saying.
I read
Let's
right
see,
here, Kevin. Best Synwave UPC for Starlink and 1 TB for a short time.
Oh, best sine wave UPC. So yeah, God, I really don't use true sine wave because I don't feel that it's a necessity. It costs a lot more. But if you do want a true sine wave, I'll find one and I'll stick it in. I'll stick it like down below or something, or in one of my next videos or something. There is people that, if you don't know what, I'm not going to get into it. Basically, a sine wave unit is going to give you purer or cleaner, less dirty electricity, less energy, basically. So you want to have like inverters, or you want to have battery backups or whatnot that are sine wave if you want to make sure that you're going to get the cleanest electricity. See, people don't really understand this, but the electric grid is extremely dirty electric. And that's a lot of times why you see appliances go dead. They go dead because they have these fluctuations. So you'll have a spike, and then you'll have a drop, and then a spike, and then a drop. The spikes are not as bad for electronics as the drops. When they dip, then what happens is the electronics try to draw more, and that's when they burn up, for the most part. Of course, you could have a lightning strike when you have an abundance, but for the most part, that's what ends up happening. Anyways, sine wave is good. I just don't use them as much. What else here? Question, it says, old Canada SLR camera, a 80 to 200 zoom lens. Will that lens work with a new digital camera? Might have to adapt it if you have, like for example, an older school Canon lens. You could get an adapter for it and then snap it onto a digital Canon lens. Same thing with Nikon or with Sony or something like that. So yeah, you can, but you just need an adapter for it, for the most part.
Oh my God, Welch and Son said if we all buy the book, she will get a bathroom and a chair.
There you go. George, recommendations. What is this? For
Yes.
A lot of Doug Adams audiobooks are available.
Douglas
Adams audiobooks. So long, thanks. Fish, great place. Yes.
Yeah. Wait. There was one here that I was looking for.
You guys want to read something good? Read 1984 by Orwell. Orwellian topic. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Old school, obviously. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't realize it, but it's always over my shoulder because what we've seen for the last 4, 5, 6 years has definitely been Orwellian. And it usually sits right back here all the time. Some people will notice it and they'll point it out. They'll be like, hey, you got 1984 over your shoulder. It's like, yeah, I do. It's just one of those little Easter eggs that I always have back there. It's people kind of know where I stand on things for the channel. Because honestly, she'll ask me a question in the next 20 minutes, so I'll just talk. But it's nice to have people that are very like-minded, and that's what ends up happening with the show. That's what happens with the channel. People will gravitate towards the channel that are like-minded. People that are not like-minded, they usually will kind of move on, which I like, which is good. But the thing is you don't want to also preach to the choir. I like to have opposing positions, opposing thoughts. That's why John Wolfe over there and him all the time coming at me, I enjoy it. I like it because he has the exact polar opposite belief for the most part, that I do on a lot of things. But I think it's great because I like to listen to everything and then kind of come up with my own decisions at the end of the day. You know, I'm definitely not one to follow the beaten path like a lemming over the hill type of thing. I don't do that. So, anyways, let me see other questions. What do we have here? Will Canon adapter affect picture quality? That's from Yamunder. Yeah, so the adapter should not affect picture quality, but if, like, for example, it's a autofocusing lens, once you adapt it, it might turn into a manual lens after that. Depends on the age and a lot of other things. So just keep that in mind.
All right, we done?
We got to the end of the internet?
I mean,
we did?
pretty
We're good?
much,
All right.
yeah,
So
people
listen,
just
guys,
talking.
we were here yesterday for a long period of time and for the launch, and tonight we've been here for about an hour and 40 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So we're going to head out. I hope you
Yes.
guys just had fun just hanging
Yes,
out with
yes,
us
yes.
tonight. Probably it's going to be like more of a relaxing weekend because you're going to be going
Yeah,
off.
I'm leaving Sunday.
You're going to be leaving
and I'll
on
be gone
Sunday,
for a
so
while.
we'll probably hang out and maybe do a couple of things before you do leave, and then that's it. And then for the next week, people ask what I'm going to be doing. We'll see. We'll see what the news looks like for next week. If there's something important, I'll talk about it. If there's not, I might start getting back into some of the Linux things. I might get into some of the gaming things that people keep asking me about. And I'm thinking about getting into some of the alternatives to TP-Link, because it's a possibility that they end up going dark as the U.S. denies them entry and bans them in the United States, if that does happen. So there's a lot going on. Of course, you have the inauguration. You have, President 45 is now going to be President 47.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on. I'm there for it. I'll be sitting there eating my popcorn, watching it all go down. Like I said before, I cannot wait to see what RF Kennedy does with our health system. I am just stoked. I am absolutely stoked. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, throw
Maybe I'll do
the
Joe,
live
Maybe
a
I'll do
thumbs
Joe's
up.
makeup on the live.
There better be like all kinds of super chats going on. There needs to be. I have
Likes
to put like
and shares
I'm going to
and-
put like a goal, and there'll be like a goal of like I don't know $100 to. And then you're going to paint me up the fool. And then that's going to be the image of the JCristina
Yeah.
show going forward in perpetuity. Be me with a full face.
Yep.
Hmm.
Good night. Good night. Thank you guys. Thank you all for being here, as always, hanging out with us, and we enjoy our Friday night. So have a great week, and I don't know if I'll see you next. No, I won't see you next Friday because I won't be back, but you will see this dude.
This face. You won't have the pretty one. You'll have my mug. But have a great weekend. TGIF. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Take care, guys.